That's for my dog later. Hello. Hello there, Ryan. I'm going to review these articles in this. This is the paper I sometimes talk about where, they're all kind of like, we know they're all fake articles, but there's like little bits of truth in each one. So I'm going to try to do a light-hearted live stream today. So I haven't opened it yet. I've just seen the cover and I've looked at the back cover. On the back, there's I guess Drew Barrymore, the actress, has her own magazine now. So she'll have 12 issues a year and she's on every single cover. And it's all about what she, I guess, likes or something. You know, hair and beauty must-haves and etc. Famous people, sort of like Oprah has her magazine called, I think it's called O with an exclamation point. So, all right, well, one person, that's okay. As long as there's one person, it's a show. So Vanna, I don't know if you're familiar with Wheel of Fortune. Oh yeah, her own. Oh yeah, Oprah Winfrey has her own magazine called Oh. I think I don't know if it's still, but I'd have to look that up. I'm not. I'm going to try not to get sidetracked because I'm going to get sidetracked enough. I was about to Google and see if she still had the magazine, but I got to stick to. But I will Google it later, or you could Google. Yes. So now Drew has her own magazine. And they get paid sponsorships and to put advertising, and if you're famous enough you could do that. So here you recognize Meghan Markle. Oh my goodness, she's going to do Netflix. I don't think the royal family's really going to, I don't think they can be any more embarrassed than maybe they already have been, if they have been. So I'm not worried about that one. Then this is the one that actually, it's not the cover that I'm interested in. I actually was interested in this one, because now George Clooney has come out 3 weeks after saying that he supported Biden, is going to be president, and now 3 weeks later has decided, oops, and his side of the story is that he didn't realize that Biden had deteriorated so much because he hadn't seen him in person. So it's to fundraise for him. So it's a very embarrassing thing. Now this may have actually been published before that happened, because that only just happened recently. What's the date on here? There's got to be a date somewhere. All right, well, I'll open it up. Anyway, so then, Kylie Jenner. I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad that, this is sort of a warning to people. See, you look at the stars and see, so that's like a positive thing, in my opinion. Because remember, the people who read this are usually in the, middle America, small towns, maybe even on Facebook, if they're on social media. They probably stick to their own little circles of friends and their bubbles and their pride, which is fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that. Actually, there's probably suggestible some ways. But so they actually don't learn the news outside of their little bubble. They only read the news that agrees with what they feel, whatever side you're on. So, these kind of magazines reach those people and say, oh, maybe they have no idea who Kylie Jenner is. Maybe they do, but they say, oh, she ruined her face with, that part, maybe it'll warn them before they actually go through with a cheaper version of what Kylie Jenner did, because Kylie spent millions on her plastic surgery. And, obviously middle America, we're going to, if we, our self-esteem gets banged up enough, we may try to do that for cheap. And actually trans women, as it just occurs to me, sometimes because it's so expensive, they try to do things cheaper and ruin themselves, because instead of getting injected with human grade things to have their curves or whatever, they get injected with, I've heard of oil, like automobile oil. Maybe I've got it mixed it up, but like the stuff that's not supposed to go into the human body, and people have died. So, this kind of magazine maybe reaches people like that maybe live in a small town and don't know anyone that feels like they do. And then this kind of magazine, oh, well, maybe they don't know who Kylie Jenner is, but they're interested in that, and they look it up. And whether you agree or not, the Kardashians, yeah, they're showing all their wealth, and it's very, but I mean, in their way, they try to throw little tidbits of wisdom in their reality, you know and those are the little tidbits that stay with the people that read these kind of magazines. Listen, I'm not judging. I'm reading the magazine because I find it entertaining, and actually, it is informative. Sometimes you do come across something in here that's like, oh, like, yeah, something you wouldn't have considered. Anyway, enough on the cover. Some game show. So right now, this month isn't so exciting. The cover is some game show people fighting, some infighting on the game shows. So first page, look, it's like see-through. I can't even read it because if light comes through it, so I have to. Oh, Housewives Desperate Reboot. Desperate Housewives Reboot. Let's see. Not So Real Housewife, Eva Longoria. I'm not going to read the entire article, but maybe just the first paragraph so we get an idea. Not So Real Housewife, Eva Longoria. I'll read it like a storybook time. I'll read it, and then here's the pictures of them. All the housewives. And if you ever watched that, Eva and aging cast need career boost. So see, they're showing these famous actors and actresses as desperate people. That's a good thing too. Look at them. They try to show that they're so fancy in that fancy life. It's almost poking fun at them and saying, and look at them now, they're desperate. It may not be true, but it makes them feel good. See, I'm fine in my little house that I have. You want to have at least a house and food on the table, but some people are happy with that. Most of us should be. We have a home, food on the table, a few people in our family to love, and friends, and there's nothing wrong with that life if that's, it's a very peaceful life. Anyway, Key West is like that. If you come to Florida, Ryan, we'll go to Key West. Key West is like that, but unfortunately, since the Hurricane Irma that destroyed a lot of part of Key West that they've rebuilt and all, but a lot of people that were just living on houseboats, for example, there were artists that, of course, they can't afford Key West because it's gotten so expensive. They're starving artists. But, they maybe found a houseboat that they could live on and still do their painting and still partake in the Key West life. And, there's a lot of, they call them beatniks out there. They're kind of like half homeless, but they have a place to crash if they want. And and then they're the very wealthy people that were, because then it used to be a bunch of people that were out there, like I said, beatniks that kind of settled the place, and nobody wanted to live out there because there was nothing. And then, of course, the first people go out there and they build up anyway, I'm talking too much and I'm not sticking to but we'll go there if you come to Florida. Because I remember you had planned a trip or something. Okay, anyway. Not So Real Housewife, Eva Longoria, is so desperate for another hit, she's ready to put her apron back on and return to Wisteria Lane. She's resorted to begging Desperate Housewives creator Mark Cherry to resurrect the series, promising that he would be the first to sign up if he pulls the trigger on a reboot. Look at the language they use, pulls the trigger on the reboot. It's almost like saying, the reboot could be your suicide almost. The words make you think, or at least in me, they're very rich the way they describe it. He pulls the trigger on a reboot. It's so risky, but shall we try it? And I don't want to go further than that, but recently in the news, we have the Alec Baldwin trial. They play a little bit of psychology there. And he accidentally, if you don't know, you may know, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just put in the chat. Otherwise, I'll go in circles again. So I'll read one more paragraph. Longoria, 49. Oh, she's ancient. When I'm 58 this year, so she's 9 years younger. Longoria, 49, played suburban siren, I know, Gabrielle Solis on the Emmy-winning hit, which ran from 2004 to 2012. Insiders say past their primetime cast members Marsha Cross, 62, Felicia Huffman, 61, Terry Hatcher, 59, and Nicolette Sheridan, 60, are also desperate to see the oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't read it. Terry Hatcher and Nicolette Sheridan, 60, are also desperate to see the show relaunch and revive their sagging careers. They put the word sagging on purpose. You see, they're giving it like visuals. They're sagging careers, they're sagging bodies, they're, like sagging everything, sagging eyes. Oh, it makes me laugh because I identify, I guess. And it should make others laugh too, for, the desperate of these women that we all were so jealous of some time ago. Now look at them, desperate, look at Nicolette Sheridan, still looking amazing, as a matter of fact. But of course, we can take solace in that all this bad stuff. They show the picture of her looking amazing, but then down here all the bad stuff. So we just read the bad stuff and ignore the picture. And the men don't read at all, and they'll look at the pictures. So it's happy for everyone. And the children in the family can read it, because there's nothing in here that's, horrific, that's going to, I think it's all child appropriate, is my point. So children might read it and they get some reading skills. They won't necessarily we'll have to teach them, oh, that's just silly stuff that they write, but, children learn how to write. They're learning new vocabulary, sagging, and what was the other word they used? Well, desperate. Pulls the trigger on the reboot. They're using jargon there. It's getting warm. Is it because I get so excited when I'm talking? Let me see. I'm going to put it on 78. Now, here's one about Justin Timberlake. DUI. Timberlake begs old band to save him. So yeah, Justin Timberlake was caught driving with a DUI. Can we? Oh, he do partly this page. He wants them back. That's the song. Want you back. See, everything like makes you. So, here he is, and yeah, he got a DUI. There's his mugshot. So now I'm not going to read the thing, but it's going to say fading pop star again. Pop star fading. He's actually, I believe, doing quite well. Or yeah, he may be retiring from his career because he doesn't need the money anymore. But I don't think he's fading. But anyway, I'll hold this up while I read this side. DUI Timberlake begs old band to save him. 3 people. Great. I'm going through the Enquirer for those of you that are coming. Fading pop star Justin Timberlake's humiliating booze bust has him begging former NSYNC bandmates to get back together. They're using alliteration. See how many B's they're using? That's another form of writing and speech. Because listen to all the B's. Fading pop star Justin Timberlake's humiliating booze bust has him begging for his former NSYNC bandmates to get back together to save his sinking career. Say sources. Okay. The I Want You Back crooner, 43, is singing the blues after his June 18 drunk driving arrest while motoring in the Hamptons. Oh, the Hamptons. The Hamptons is a very fancy place on the very end of Long Island, New York. And that's where all the famous people go in the summer. So, they're teeny little small towns, beach houses. Sort of, I was just describing Key West a bit ago. So the Hamptons is New York version of Key West in a way, except more snooty. But you have a lot of people. I worked as a nanny out there one summer as a mother's helper. I took care of 2 children. So yeah, rich family. And then I would sometimes, they would be there on the weekend, and they would sometimes go to New York City on the week, during the week for work. So we would drive to New York City. They had a beautiful apartment. Anyway, I got to see that for a little bit and never saw him again after that summer. But it's interesting to work. Any kind of job you do, you learn something. So don't knock it while you're young, especially. Do whatever job you feel like doing when you're young, because then you learn what you like, what you don't like, and you still learn stuff like, yeah, I know that I probably didn't want to be a nanny, raising children as a career or something from this. Although I loved the kids, they were adorable. But I saw things that I wouldn't have been exposed to otherwise. Table settings, for example, the way they set tables at fancy parties. I went for the first time in my life to, which now is more common, but back then I'd never seen it. I was from a small town, in spite of being, my both parents being higher educated, and they tried to expose us to things. I was really very not exposed to a lot. So yeah, that summer I saw things. So I went to the first time to an all white party where everybody at the party was. I think it was Labor Day. It was the end of the summer, and everybody had to go in white. And I was the nanny, and you know what? I went in white by accident because I wanted to wear that. Here's one thing that did bother me a little bit, but I'll tell you that afterwards. So yeah, the party, everybody, all the invitees, all the help in quotes, everybody uh, are dressed in white, and that's the whole party. Everybody's in white. Like it's a beautiful. And then the linens are all white, and then it's still too early for the fall. It's still Labor Day. Still, some leaves are green, but some might be turning a little bit. So just the visuals is so beautiful. It's all white clothing, but not all white people. The people are of all different races and whatever. And then the backdrop is green, and maybe a few little leaves turning for the autumn, but it's still very green. It's still summer, but it's the end of summer, so it's a little bit melancholy too. But it's sort of like they're happying it up or something. It was fun. It was fun. It was a feeling I hadn't felt. And I was also ending my time with the family too, because it was the end of the summer and I was going back to college. And anyway, so that's something I found interesting. And I met some of the other nannies. Oh, well, here's the thing though, and they were all dressed in white. I wore a white dress that I wore a lot that summer, and it happened to just be washed. I had ironed it. Just I don't know why, because I just thought, oh, it's a party. I'm going to go dressed, in white. I don't know why, but and it turned out it was an all white party. But my boss, the woman that I worked for, what if I wonder if she was planning to tell me, because I would have stuck out like a sore thumb at that party. So maybe it slipped her mind. I find it hard to believe. And there were few other little things that I wondered about her that year. But anyway, I went to the party and everything was fine and nothing bad happened, but I did that always stuck with me. Like, why didn't she just mention, oh, by the way, it's a white party, knowing, I mean, first of all, I was the help in quotes, and but she knew that, I was going to college, I was a kid. So I could understand how maybe, but I don't know. I never want, and I don't want to think anything bad about it. I want to think she just slipped her mind, because she has two kids after all. She had a lot of worries. She was a working mom, so it might have just slipped her mind, but they were all dressed in white and I was dressed in white and nobody said anything, or, well, the father said, oh, you look nice, like a very friendly, nice way, nothing, because these days, oh, you look nice. Somebody's going to say, oh my gosh, no, oh, you look really nice, Fabiana. And so that was that. But like or I wonder if I would have, by coincidence, since I didn't know, anyway, were we going to read the Enquirer? Sorry, guys. If I get off track, just point me back, okay? Yeah, like, would I have shown up just as we were getting in the car, getting ready to go, and then would they have noticed it and maybe said something? Maybe the father would. I don't know. Or maybe I would have gone to that party looking, what if I would have dressed all black? Now today, I knowing it's a white party, maybe I would have gone in black just to be, on purpose. Anyway, so Justin is going through these issues now. So, and look at him, he's kind of drunk in there with his red eyes. And then over here, oh, be an Enquirer editor. You guys, let me look at this. I didn't even know this. I would have so much fun with this. Let me see. Join our team. Be an Enquirer editor. Maybe this can be international. You're even too. You can help the National Enquirer be even more fun, fascinating, and informative by registering to participate in our online survey. Oh well. Signing up is quick. I might still do it. Signing up is quick and easy. All you have to do is scan the QR code below or go to www.nationalenquirer.com readers panel, fill out the form, and you're all set. We want to know what you like and how we can make America's liveliest magazine even better. Thanks for your help. We look forward to hearing from you. If you guys in Europe want to participate, tell them what you want to hear about America if you want to read the National Enquirer. And then they'll write it the way you want to hear it. You see, that's how news is written today throughout mainstream media. It used to be just news was written for the reader's pleasure. You know, like here, tell us what you want to hear about. But then, I don't know. This is fine for the National Enquirer, but it's a bit cheesy for mainstream media that we're supposed to be trusting. And today mainstream media is running all of them. MSN, they're getting a little better now because of this past year. We've woken up a lot because of a few things, but until at least these past 10 years, our news has been written like the National Enquirer, where the narrative is set and then it is written to fit the narrative, and that's not news. So anyway, and then that only reinforces a narrative, and as it turns out, that's what almost led us to World War III, if there's still a way to avoid it. I still think we're going into World War III, but if the mainstream media gets their act together and stops with this bull crap that they've been feeding us all this. All right. The National Enquirer is fun magazine. We're supposed to just have fun with it. Anyway. Gina's, okay, look at this. That's Gina. She's another actress. A lot of old people read the Enquirer. Gina's Alzheimer's is sad twist of fate. Actually, does Gina, you see, like here they're saying that Gina Davis got married. Oh, no, that's another. Oh, Gina Rowland, not Gina Davis, Gina Rowland. She's an older actress. So she has Alzheimer's. Okay, yeah, she's an older actress that, if you're interested, Gina Rowlands. She did the movie The Notebook. She played the older version of the star of the movie. All right, anyway, Willie, here we go, another old timer. Willie cancels Outlaw Tour. 91, he's 91, my goodness. Gigs amid new fears. I wonder what that's about. So far, we're just getting the actors and the stars. Let's see if we have any of those where dog and alien have baby on Jupiter, stuff like that. You sometimes get articles like that. All right, so what about beloved country geezer? Look what they call him, geezer. That's what you called an older person. Beloved country geezer Willie Nelson canceled performances on his Outlaw Music Festival tour, sparking new fears for the 91-year-old guitar strummer. Just hours before the tour's June 21st kickoff, Willie was feeling ill and bowed out due to doctor's orders. The show went on without him, with his son Lucas Nelson and the family band playing a lot of the long-haired legends classics. Okay, well, isn't that nice? What's going on? News flashes. Britain's Princess Anne, 73, was hospitalized after being knocked senseless by a horse at her country estate. Although King Charles' sister suffered brain damage and memory loss, I'm sorry, I'm not laughing. Royal reps say she's expected to fully recover. See, now, I wonder if that's true. Did Princess Anne, I can't share my screen until I get back on the other plan. Right now, I'm in debt. I really need to stop spending. I use my credit card, which I don't know why they're not cutting me off yet. I'm paying the minimum every month, but I gotta get straightened out. I'm just, I have 2 elderly parents. I had my dog that's been sick. A lot of things. All right. I have some friends that need need emotional support as well. Did Princess Anne knock her head? Knock her head. Just to see if they're actually true. You know, because some of the articles are actually based on truth, but nobody cared to write about it. Horse. You know, or it might have happened 5 years ago, you know, and they just. Princess Anne is hospitalized. Oh, okay. It's supposed to be this week. I don't know where the date is. Oh, July 15th. This was published July 15th. So Princess Royal, 73, who competed in the equestrian events in 1972 Olympics, was walking on her Gloucester State. The incident. Emergency services were dispatched. Okay. Yes, so it's true. What's the date of this article, though? 24th of June. Oh, oh. Okay, this was the 24th of June. Oh, okay, right. And now this is July 15th. Okay, so the Enquirer is probably just getting stuff off the internet too sometimes, because this is much later than it actually happened. You know, June 24th, this is July 15th. That's almost a month later. So, you know, they get the news late, but it's not a news that's important. I know, it's just so boxing great Roy Jones Jr. So we're gonna guess a lot of these articles are a month late. Maybe Ryan, did you hear about that? The Princess Anne getting knocked off her horse? Because you're in Ireland, which is close by there. I close by, you know what I mean. Same continent. It looks close by from way over here. We see it on the map, you know. It's like, oh, it's right there. It's this far away. All right. Who's that? Another guy has dumped Britney Spears. Oh. The star's attorney, Matthew Rosengart, who helped her settle a long battle over her conservatorship, is no longer representing her, but says it has been an honor. All right. So the guy didn't dump her as lover, he dumped her as a lawyer. Oh, here's the Clooney article. Look. Amal, what does it say? I'm going to read it backwards. Amal's Gaza ties, rocking Clooney marriage. And you know, there are bits of truth here. I'm sure they're having some stress. You know, there is a lot going on in their lives right now. You did hear it is. Yeah, it's about a month later. So the Gaza ties rocking Clooney marriage. So this one I am going to read the whole article. It's only, you know, it's this long. It's just this middle part. It's not extremely long. I mean, it's a bit long, but all right. Let's get into it. Okay, so actor fears lawyer wife will be banned from entering U.S. Okay, ooh. Movie hunk George Clooney is in the doghouse with his OMG. Listen to this. Yeah. The dog. Because, yeah, I'll bring her over. See, porque was eating her up. Okay, here she is. She's getting better. Oops, I'm right here, guys. Oh, this camera is so small. She's getting better, but she's still sick. Can y'all see her? All right, I always love to show her off. I think she's just the most beautiful dog in existence, but obviously that's a mother talking, a foster mother talking. But they shaved her so much to save her life that they shaved off her hair follicles. So now I'll let her hair grow longer in that part. You know, I won't. They had to shave her in all parts of her body. Look, they had to do an ultrasound. What do you? Oi! But she's better now. She's better. She won't sit still. All right, I'll let you go on the floor. She can still walk a bit. She's starting to walk, I think. There you go. There you go. You want to walk around. Thing is, if she starts walking, all right, she might want to just Just lie down there for a bit, okay? All right, let me read this article. You can get up. You can do it. She has a little trouble, but all right. Try not to fall down. Lead in a bit. All right. Yeah. Now, when she's up, I have to pay attention because she falls down. All right. Oh, did you hear that? All right, baby, come here. All right, she's right in time for the article though, because wait till you hear what that first sentence says. Okay, you want to stay here, baby girl, right there. I put the, I do this, but she's okay. I'm not going to lean on the. I put the. See, I put her there, and it's dangerous because you might forget she's under there, you know. And I put the towel I mean, not the towel. She likes to be just like that, just on her, but not squished on her. And she likes that. She could peek out. She feels like she's hiding. But I have to remember, she's there. Sometimes I start getting sleepy. I lay down. All right, anyway. Let's read this. Listen to this first line. I'm going to say it with a straight face. Okay. Actor fears lawyer wife will be banned from re-entering U.S. What the heck just popped up on my screen? Done. All right. Okay, sorry guys, 4 of you. Okay, let's go. Amal's Gaza ties rocking Clooney marriage. Actor fears lawyer wife will be banned from entering U.S. Movie hunk George Clooney with his barking mad wife, Amal, and their 9-year marriage is hanging by a thread after the diehard Democrat threw his weight behind President Joe Biden's re-election bid because the Beirut-born beauty, that's his wife was born in Lebanon, the Beirut-born beauty sees the move as an endorsement of the administration's support for Israel's military campaign against Palestine, sources spill. So see, they're injecting current events, you know, and probably the people in middle America are like, oh yeah, you know, those faraway places, oh, you know, whatever, but they're more interested in the marriage part. But they're getting a bit of the news as well, and they're learning new parts of the world, maybe that they've never heard of. And some, now that we have internet, and if they have internet, because some very poor people don't have it. That's why I think internet should be free. They should have a set, you know, maybe not internet should be free for certain websites, you know, like, you know, I don't know. But for public service, we need to have access to certain free internet for certain websites for everyone, regardless, you know. But anyway, that's still not happening in the US. You know, so socialism in some ways is good. You know, some of you think I'm so far right. There are certain things that, of course, we need socialized, but some we shouldn't. It just makes more corruption. You have to know what you're talking about. But anyway, I got to stick to the topic. I do apologize. All right, so you know, they brought in the Israel-Palestine conflict. Tipsters, next paragraph. Tipsters Gab, the human rights attorney, 46. That's Amal. No spring chicken anymore. She's up there too, but Clooney's in his 60s. So, okay. Tipsters Gab, the human rights attorney, 46, had demanded George, 63, distance himself from Biden, given the U.S. incumbent's rejection of the International Criminal Court's announced intent to arrest Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the nation's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, and charging them with war crimes. Israel launched its ongoing offensive on Hamas terrorists in Gaza in response to the killer's bloody October 7th, 2023 invasion, and the resulting conflict has reduced the region to rubble and claimed 37,000 lives. I mean, that number is, you know, up in the air. We don't know until war is over. We really don't know how many were killed. All right. For months, Amal, mother to Clooney's 7-year-old twins, Ella and Alexander, secretly served on an advisory panel reviewing the ICC prosecutor's investigation. Meanwhile, George headlined a splashy celebrity fundraiser for Biden on June 15th that reached 30 million campaign coffers. So that was June 15th. And just like in the past few days, he's telling everybody not to vote for Joe Biden. And I think I do believe that there is some truth in this article. There is definitely something going on there. You know, they're gonna people don't trust the Enquirer. But there is definitely, you don't have a fundraiser and then shortly after, unless your wife tells you to. All right. Amal and your wife, who is an international, renowned international, very well respected international human rights attorney. So, where was I? Meanwhile, George headlined the splashy fundraiser campaign course. Now insiders snitch. The screen stud's loyalty to the commander-in-chief has put his marriage on life support. Amal put her foot down and raged Biden's support for Israel was enabling what amounts to genocide in Gaza. That, again, is up for discussion. I'm not going to get into it here. And insider spills. She's, of course, from Lebanon. I don't know if she's Muslim or Christian, Lebanese, but I believe she's also Muslim. So, of course, she's going to be on the side. Everyone's going to choose. Moving on. I knew that it was going to bring it in. My point again, this is how we educate inner America, because maybe if they're not learning it in school, they read this. Maybe they see the first, maybe they see the first line and then it's too much for them to read. So they read the first paragraph and they don't read anything else. That could be too, but some people do actually read the whole article and they start, oh, I'm going to Google that. I didn't know what that is. And then Google and that's how you learn. So reading anything, I don't agree that we need to belittle people who buy the Enquirer and read it, because they could be learning things. We could write an article for the Enquirer to teach people. I don't know. Anyway, where was it? Amal put her foot down, blah, blah, blah. But George replied he'd made a commitment to Biden he wasn't about to abandon given the stakes of the election. It all blew up when Amal refused to attend the fundraiser, leaving George to make an embarrassing appearance without her. I believe it. I believe every single word of this part of it. I believe that she, said, I'm not going to that. Something's going on there. Something is going on. Pundits say the ICC warrants and Biden's support of Israel's action have put the POTUS in a pickle. President of the United States, POTUS. The optics are terrible for him. Yeah, because some people had pledged 90 million, and now since George Clooney came out and said, "Oh no, Biden's a mess. We're not going to. I withdraw my support." Now $90 million that was pledged is not going to be passed on to the unless they put another candidate. That's what's happening in the United States right now. It's a mess, and it's. I know we keep saying this, it's unprecedented, but we're knocking out all the things that we're learning not to do. You don't decide on a narrative just because your party, that's like putting the cart before the horse. Oh, we've got to squeeze it somehow to fit the narrative that the Republicans are racist. So we've got to cancel anyone who says anything. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And they're looking more and more foolish. And now the Democrat Party is splitting because they're like, you guys have completely screwed up this party. Who the hell are you? The Republicans are still the same people they always have been. Sure, there are some extremists, but the majority are just people who want to have a small business, have a place to live. Yeah, some get greedy. Hey, I know some very rich leftists. Look at George Clooney and Amal. And they're actually, there's a split in the Democrat Party right there. Because Amal and Clooney are both liberals. And even they're fighting. It has to do with the white feminist and I'm not even going to get into that part. Anyway, let's get going. What's going on with me? I've turned into I'm Jekyll and Hyde like my dog. Certain topics just throw me into. I need Botox so that my forehead stays still. How many people? 4. Okay. Sorry, guys. The optics are terrible for him. I can't even get through this article. It's not much longer. It's only this much longer. And then I'll read the captions here. The caption under Amal says, Amal wants her hubby of nearly 10 years to distance himself from Biden, a source claims. And then the one under Clooney says, Clooney remains loyal to the commander-in-chief as the election nears, insiders report. However, again, this was published July 15th. And wait, that can't be right. Then it was not published July 15th. It was published a week ago. So, the articles are set in stone a couple of days before. So this came out before George Clooney pulled out. pulled out of the. So anyway, I'll finish reading this. So yeah, this is already old news. The new Enquirer, which will probably come out next month, uh, early August. They'll have the news a month late. Okay. The Republican-controlled House of Representatives voted in June to sanction the ICC should it follow through in prosecuting Netanyahu. So see the left the people on the right, which are the Republicans, are on the other side. They're saying if you prosecute not Netanyahu, then we're going to uh, sanction you guys. Keep going. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I think that they should put Netanyahu on trial. I think they should because we need to know, and I do support Israel, but I want him to be put on trial so that we find out what crimes truly are considered crimes and which ones were Hamas putting their civilians in harm's way on purpose, which is what but we'll find crimes on both sides because it's not only against Israel. The ICC has sent warrants for Netanyahu and also for some of the Hamas people. They're all going to get, but good. And it'll get sorted out in a court of law. That could prevent World War III. See, actually, that's a positive, in spite of them arguing, and that's sad for their children. It is good that it's coming to light, and we're going to, in a court of law, that could prevent World War III because everyone's going to say, okay, everything's on the table now. You guys did this, you guys did that. The Palestinian side constantly throwing their rocket bombs, and whether it's times of peace or not, the Palestinians are constantly throwing their rocket bombs over, which, nobody ever says that. Let's stop. Let me finish the article. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, it's going to go to court. That's a good thing. I think we can all agree on that. And then may the innocent ones be set free or not. I might be eating my words after the trial, and vice versa. All right. Sources snitched that prompted a desperate call of concern to the White House from Ocean 11 star, who sought assurances the administration wouldn't allow the GOP to block his wife's entry into the U.S. after the dual British-Lebanese citizen traveled abroad. Liberals have always supported Joe, but the Democratic extremists do not support his stance on Israel, a source shares. George is already walking a thin line with them, but he's already crossed it with Amal. Yeah, he's in a pickle. He needs to pick his wife, period. He needs, first of all, she's the international attorney who knows what she's talking about. He's just an actor who was born into a family of actors and was cute enough to make it, and that's all he is. He's not an intelligent person. He married her to make himself look good. That's what I think. Because she's a pretty amazing woman. She went to law school and she's an international human rights attorney and all that stuff. He's nothing. So my advice to George Clooney, well, that's good for his marriage, what he did. And I applaud him for that. Your first concern should be your wife and your children, and be damned the politics. So very good, George Clooney. And he must have, he also put himself in front of the world and embarrassed himself in front of the world because he wanted to save his marriage. So this article is probably old news. Probably next week it'll say marriage saved because George decided to put his wife first. See, and that'll make a lot of more women like him even better. All right. Now we're on Trina's Baby, Boy Meets Girl. I don't know who this star is. These are younger. Oh, Trina, far left, starred on Boy Meets World for 3 seasons. I guess she's this one. It's hard to see. I got my nails done. Look. Oh, I have a flower here. And I got a flower on my pinky. And it's good. It's good because it keeps me from biting my nails and biting my cuticles and stuff. So I'm not going to read that one because it's kind of McGee 54. Wait a minute, 54. Boy Meets World star Trina McGee is about to meet a new kid she's expecting again. Oh, she's already had kids at age 54. The star, who has adult children ages 31, 29, and 25 from her first marriage, was in complete shock when she learned that she was pregnant, especially as it was a year after she had entered menopause. Hmm. No, that's interesting. See again, I'm I think that I'm this educated person, and I had no idea that could happen. I hope it doesn't. There's no way it can happen to me, but I mean, if it could happen, I hope it doesn't happen. Anyway, it won't happen. But see, it stopped me from reading, and I learned something new. You can actually have have children after menopause on occasion. It's probably not very common. There maybe was one last little rotten egg left or something. Just got lucky. Anyway, despite her surprise, the actress who played Angela Moore on the iconic 90s series, says she and her new husband, Marcelo Thedford, were actively trying for a child. She claims she conceived completely naturally using supplements instead of high-tech fertility treatments. Yeah, I can't vouch for that. I wouldn't know. The baby also comes at a time when the late-in-life mom, who is largely retired from acting, has more time for parenting. Hmm. Trina was pregnant with her first baby while she was on A Different World. Pregnant with her second while she did Martin. Oh, she was on Martin. Oh, I remember. Martin is a TV series. And her third when she was on Boy Meets World and Insider Dishes. Now she has all the time for the third pregnancy, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Lost and Found. Luke McClish screamed himself hoarse for help, but suffered only sunburn, scrapes, and bruises. Oh, poor man. Hiker cheats death after 10 days stalked by a mountain lion. Oh my goodness, look at him. He looks like an albino person, doesn't he? But he got lost in the mountains and a mountain lion was stalking him, but he somehow managed to survive. And I'm not going to read that one. If you want me to read it, let me know. Pirate star ripped apart by a shark. Oh, Tamayo Perry. I don't know who he is, but he was in a movie. He was killed by a shark, apparently. Doomed Tamayo Perry, who played a seafaring scallywag in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, was savagely torn to pieces by a bloodthirsty shark while surfing in his native Hawaii. The sharks have been attacking in Florida. People aren't going to want to go to the beach now. All right. Here's the Vanna White article about her wanting to leave the show, supposedly. Late breaking news in a jaw-dropping twist, Fox and Friends co-host Ainsley Earnhardt and her mouthy love interest Sean Hannity are tumbling into relationship turmoil. That's another one. Where's the Vanna one? Oh, Sean and Ainsley, Fox Friends with no benefits. Okay, I'm not going to read that one. Mystery in Wax. Millie Bobby Brown, who stars as Sherlock's sister in Enola Holmes, meets her double at London's Madame Tussauds. So there's an actress here getting to know her. I have to go back for you to see everything, I guess, but some people moving. Mystery in Wax. So Millie Bobby Brown, she's starring as Sherlock Holmes' sister. Ruthless Ronan. This is Ronan Farrow, Mia Farrow's son. Ruthless Ronan wants RuPaul slot. Oh, he wants to be on RuPaul's Drag Race. Who will sashay away? Hungry for a TV resurgence, journalist Ronan Farrow, 36, is plotting to oust fan favorite Ross Matthews from his prime spot as judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. I've watched it a couple of times. It's a fun show. RuPaul's Drag Race. It's a series here in the US. They compete, Farrow's insatiable ambition is driving him to snatch Ross's glittering role, dishes a source. The claws are definitely out. The estranged gay son of Woody Allen has been a guest judge on the show, but now he's gunning for Ross's, because it's Ross with an apostrophe at the end, full-time gig. He craves the limelight and usually gets what he wants. Poor Ross doesn't stand a chance. So probably it's already pre-planned that he's going to take a slot and the other guy's already planning to leave, but they're going to make it more, more like, oh, juicy, and the nails are out. Mhm. Okay, Kimmel replacement wants jockey for position. I don't know. I'll leave that one alone. Mhm. They're going bald. Look, I thought it was Dolly Parton. She's wearing a Dolly Parton wig. So it says Cher's going bald. Wigs out over trying to hide scalp beneath hair pieces. She wigs out. See, again, jargon to aging Cher's. Oh, everybody's. Oh, they always have to rub it in when you're aging. They always have to rub it. Got to get used to it. The star's trying to look young for Toy Boy A.E. Moles blab. I guess she's dating a young singer. Aging Cher's love of wigs is epic, but insiders sadly tell the National Enquirer the songbird now has no choice but to don false tresses because her real hair is coming out in clumps. And she's balding to hide her balding, and she's desperate to hide her balding noggin from Toy Boy love Alexander A.E. Edwards. The 78-year-old If I Could Turn Back Time Grammy winner has been going gaga for the music exec since late 2022. Oh gosh, so he's 38 and she's 78. There they are together. It just doesn't look right for a woman. I don't know why. As amazing as Cher can look, but she's the exception. Dating a man 50 years younger, well, in my case, he would be 7 years old, so that's not happening. But even if I were like 70 something, he would have been 7 years old. Disgusting. I know they're both adults. He's in his 30s. He can do whatever he wants. I'm not saying that she's doing anything wrong, but it's just, I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't get into it. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not going to read that one. Fitness freaks Katie and Orlando turn body bores. It's boring too. There's not really anything too exciting in this month. Let's see. Cruz swiftly goes for Taylor. Tom Cruise tried to get at Taylor Swift. Unlikely Swiftie Tom Cruise is hoping to go from Taylor Swift fan to BFF after hanging with Tay-Tay's boo, Travis Kelce, in the VIP box at the singer's concert at Wembley Stadium in London. I always get excited when it's in London. I don't know why. I guess because you're there, Ryan. And even though you're not in London, you're in the UK. So, according to our mole, the Scientology bigwig, 61, is cozying up to the You Need to Calm Down singer, 34, and her Kansas City Chiefs beau, 34, as part of his power play to infiltrate the royal family. The royal family? Which royal family? Because they're not a family. She would be considered American royalty. To become American queen or king, you have to be a really good either, sports player or singer or, some kind of actor. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z are considered royalty in the United States. And of course, Meghan Markle got in by default. So she's, and we feel that they are, so that's why, like Meghan Markle marrying Harry, we feel that Harry is equivalent to Beyonce and Jay-Z, and now Meghan Markle is as well because she married into it. But Back from Dead, and their Netflix deal. Getting to that, Meghan and Harry's so they got the centerfold, even though here we just got this little piece. But see, the inside they got the centerfold. It's a big news article. It's uncut. You can take this whole article out and stick it on your wall. Anyway, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but royals terrified of new tell-all. The royal family is in freaked out frenzy as vengeful Prince Harry and his wife Meghan are in talks with Netflix for a shocking new TV project. Another embarrassing tell-all documentary about the scandal-scarred monarchy insider's dish. As the National Enquirer has reported, Royal Runaways inked a $100 million deal with the streaming service in 2020 that included a Harry and Meghan doc trashing his family as racist and cruel, and currently a new cooking show for the Duchess and a polo series for the Prince. Okay, that sounds nice. Now snitches blab, the revenge-seeking pair who were dropped by Netflix have brought their deal back from the dead and are mulling ideas for the new tell-all, spilling more embarrassing beans. I lost my place. I got so excited. Where is it? Hey, about Harry's family. Seeing that the Sussexes are in good with Netflix again definitely raises fears of what they're going to do next, confides an insider. There's a lot more to the article. It's not very long, but here we go. So here we have William and Kate. And I'm going to read what it says underneath their picture. It says, Kate and hubby William are said to be stressed as they wait for the other shoe to drop. The Renegade Royals 2022 docuseries was critical of the Princess and Prince of Wales. It's all well and good if Netflix has put money into their brand and cooking and lifestyle types of shows, but the royals can't help but worry there's more to the plans that will land them in the hot seat. No doubt the TV bosses would do just about anything to get a second docuseries out of Meghan and Harry, centered on their relationship with the royals, because that's what's generated so much publicity and so many streams. Yeah, they're gonna try to get at what makes the money. Anyway, too much to read here. Underneath the picture of Prince Andrew, who's close to Prince Andrew, there's a picture of Prince Andrew walking together with Harry Epstein. Henry Epstein, what was his name? Right here. It says Jeffrey Epstein. Prince Andrew, and whose close ties with pedophile Jeffrey Epstein brought shame to all the monarchy, could also tell all. Oh yeah, Prince Andrew could tell all. King Charles has his hands full as he tends to his health while returning to public duties. He has cancer. That's under Prince Charles. And then over here under Harry and Meghan picture, it says, up here it says, Netflix bigwigs are likely to want more Family Feud scoops from Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry, according to an insider. Harry looks like he's a dad. Anyway, Harry and Meghan happily allowed the Netflix crew to shadow them since it brought big bucks. Yeah, people are interested. Anyway. Okay, that's all for that one. Unless you want me to keep reading it, I'll just skip on. Otherwise, it take us. So we're already past the halfway point in the magazine. I'm trying to get through the whole thing. Well, here's a lot of advertising then. See, here's a page of advertising. Big advertising. These people probably paid for the whole entire issue because there hasn't been an advertisement since. Well, the Enquirer, they're doing their own advertising. 28 issues. That would be 2 years. Right? A little more. Okay, gold label, men's diamond ring, the Bradford Exchange. Okay. Oh, and then here we have puzzles. A puzzle page, which is always good for people, keeping their minds active. Then over here, oh my goodness, OMG, this next one, it's one of those articles. Cannibal chef serves boy burgers at barbecues. Ew, 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 ew. He served boy burgers. He's a cannibal. What do you suppose? Ew. I'm not going to read the article, but oh gosh, never mind. Yeah, it's probably true. It's so disgusting. All right. Here, Kylie's mirror has two faces. Let's get to that one. Secret suffering over whether fixes are too much or not enough. Yeah, she does look a lot better with, but then yeah, then Kylie was ridiculed for looking old beyond her years at Paris Fashion Week in January 2023. She was 25 at the time. She does look kind of funny in this picture. Maybe she just had some work done. So her face is kind of bloated there. Is it blurry? It looks blurry. This was her when she was younger, kind of a gawky teen. And then after all the nips and tucks, look at her. She had implants or whatever, injections, just everything. She does look wonderful. But, a little too much, you can go overboard. You have to be careful. And then, of course, remember the pictures have filters and she's standing just in the right position so that it looks like she's, so remember there's a lot of that too. There's probably like a zillion really bad pictures that she made them delete and only pick the good pictures. Okay, hot flower on menopause. Naomi Watts. Okay, more information about menopause. Older people do read this. Skeletal Angie's Disappearing Act. Yes, she is very skinny. So, they talk about her weight. And let's see if they address eating disorders in here. Fear's bone wasting disease already has its hooks in her. Yeah, she's looking very skinny. Let's see. Scrawny Angelina Jolie's pin-thin physique is sparking renewed concerns for her health as a top doc fears the skeletal star may be already suffering from a crippling bone disease. She's 49. She's still a bit young. Some people go into menopause early, but actually, yeah, she did have to have surgery and stuff. Yeah, it's female issues that she had to address. I now recall when she was married to Brad Pitt. So she may be further along in age than she should be. CIA spied on Sutherland. Donald Fonda Jane till the bitter end. Donald, I guess this is supposed to be a pun. Donald Sutherland, Donald Fonda Jane until the bitter end. These are older actors. I guess they had a crush on each other. Clue. And then Kiefer Sutherland is his son. Lost Boy Kiefer's Issue. So Donald Sutherland was an actor from older than my generation, but he was famous when I was little. And then now that's his son, who's also an actor. And I think maybe his father was also an actor. That's the same with Drew Barrymore. Her grandfather was a well-known actor, then her mother, and then her. So they're royalty. They're considered Hollywood royalty, pass on. So losing Pop may be too much to bear. The sad death of 88-year-old Donald Sutherland, I didn't realize that, last month, has sparked new fears for the well-being of his troubled son, Kiefer. All right. Another crossword puzzle. Another advertisement for, notice they're all jewelry advertisements. There's not another single advertisement except jewelry, which could be a way to start turning the tide and trying to get people to manipulate us. They'll find ways. There's no advertising at all. Okay, but they're not showing rings, They're showing jewelry. Raffinato is one of America's largest retailers of Italian-made jewelry. What's the other one? That was just after the centerfold. This one is the Bradford Exchange jewelry. And that one does have a ring. It looks like a man's ring. Sophisticated style that sets you apart. Well, men do marry each other now, so why not? That could be a man's wedding ring. 40 genuine, oh my goodness. 40 genuine diamonds. solid sterling silver, rich 18 karat gold plating. That's the ring. Look how big. That's my hand, and that's the picture of the ring. Superb craftsmanship and 40 genuine diamonds. Order today at Bradford Exchange. Oh, for $299.99, $300, 300 US dollars, if you want to buy that. If anyone's interested, let me know, and I'll. You could probably do it online, or you can order it by sending a check with this coupon. That's the old-fashioned way. That's how older people would still do it. The gold label, half sizes, and you can do 6 convenient installments of $50. See, if you're really interested in it, you would read that. So, but I'm not interested. I'm just wondering why there's no other advertising except for jewelry. And there's a reason for that. Nothing's done by accident. They decided, okay, this month we're only going to do, maybe I'm going to start looking. I may not buy every month, but I'm going to start looking at the National Enquirer because I want to see what they're telling Middle America. Everybody. They're telling everybody. Okay, and this one is a bracelet. All right, made in Italy. The Bradford Exchange is made in the U.S., right? It looks like. I'm not sure. It doesn't necessarily matter, but all right. Okay, here's a clock advertisement. And that was Angie. There's the new drug increases lung cancer survival. Okay. Drinking aloft takes your breath away. Snoozing after boozing on a flight could be risky, researchers say. Okay. Then here's another advertisement. It's a clock. It's an Elvis clock. It's Presley clock. It says, read this clock from across the room. Yeah, you could see it from far away. It is true. I wonder if that's the real size. Actual size, is about 9.5 wide. But it's about the size of it's actually about the size of this magazine. Because 9.5 inches wide. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It's about this big. It's about the size of half this magazine, approximately. Anyway, so it's a big clock. Well, look. It's across the room and there's a plant underneath it. It's hanging on the wall. So it actually looks big. Anyway. We got to get to the end of the magazine. So, Hollywood hookups. Okay, funny girl Ali Wong split from ex-husband Justin Hakuta and recently finalized the divorce. Then supermodel, superfan Tom Brady is said to be dating a Gisele Bündchen lookalike. Brazilian beauty Isabella, she does look like her. Wow. Isabella Citani. And then Kelly, I'll show you the pictures. Kelly kicks Scott to the curb at the 11th hour. Runaway bride Kelly Ben Simon has called off her wedding to financier Scott Littner just 4 days before she was supposed to walk down the aisle. All right, and they're longer articles, but I'm just reading. So that's the first couple I said. That's Gisele Bündchen lookalike and Tom Brady. And this is the third people. So they're having split. Here is a Donald Duck feisty and fabulous since 1934. What is it? Oh, a 90th birthday bash. Limited to 2024 worldwide. Sparkles as it rotates with glitter. So you would buy this for somebody's 90th birthday party. You can tell really old people read this magazine. Or, no, but I might have, I could get that for my father. He likes Donald Duck. I like Donald. And it spins around. Let the feathers fly this 90th birthday bash. Send no money now. Okay, they'll reserve one for me. They'll reserve one for you if you send in this coupon. You don't have to actually pay for it yet if you don't need to. Um, I don't. Oh, and there's also on the website you can order it if anybody's interested. Right here's the website. Can you see it? It says Hamilton Collection / Donald Duck 90. Okay, we're almost at the end. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna try to rush a little bit now. Oh, the Pope fires a whistleblower. Pope fires the whistleblower. Whistleblowing Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano, who once infamously blasted Pope Francis for lifting sanctions on a serial sex abuser. Cardinal has been branded a traitor to the Catholic Church and summoned to Rome to face trial. Oh, I'm going to read this in private. It's upsetting me. Why ex-hubby fell for Gone Girl's lies. Oh, okay. That's Sherry Papini, was a woman a few years ago who pretended that she was kidnapped. She disappeared for a few days. Then she reappeared and she said that she had been kidnapped and I don't know, she was barefoot and stuff. And then it turned out she was lying. And her husband dumped her. Of course, he was. Can you imagine days and days going crazy, worried that your wife has been kidnapped? And oh, you can order checks. Look, I'm falling asleep. Ooh, and I'm hungry. So that's to order checks. Mm-hmm. One viewer. All right, we're all getting towards the end. This was not a very exciting. Oh, you have your horoscopes. You want me to read your horoscope? Whoever's there, is Ryan still there? Let me read your horoscope if you'd like me to. If you believe in, you don't have to believe in the horoscope. I'll still read it. Spot the differences. Oh, okay, another game down here. People should have to spot the differences between two pictures. I like that. Again, if children are reading this magazine, there's nothing inappropriate for children, really. I feel, the stuff about menopause, they'll probably skip over it, or they won't know what it means, and so also what's wrong with them learning about biology, So, and then the next page, I love my dog personalized tote bag. You can get your dog on a tote bag. All the advertisements are at the end. I'm realizing now. A lot of them are at the end. Then, oh yes, finally, this is the kind of article. Aliens creating hybrid humans. And then there they are taking them up into space. ET expert reveals what really happens when you're snatched. Leading alien abduction expert says extraterrestrials tend to spirit away members of the same family and those with a certain, see that they always say that the aliens and the baby was born of a mother and an alien. If your grandmother was abducted, there's a good chance that your mother was abducted and that you'll be abducted and your kids are going to be abducted, says former pro baseball star and veteran alien abduction investigator George Doc Medich. Also, about 30% of abductees have Rh negative blood type, and it's more common among Native Americans and those of Celtic descent. Brian, you're of Celtic descent. They're going to get you. Had anyone in your family ever been abducted? Horoscope. Mine is Sagittarius. I'll read mine while you're putting yours. Where was it? Oh, we're almost at the end. So mine is Sagittarius. Mine says, you may decide to scale back on spending on household items. Yes, on every items. There are things you need to get. There are things you need and things you would like to buy. Get only necessities now. Okay. No, you don't want me to read yours. Well, I'll read one at random. Maybe it'll be yours. Libra says, many of your relationships will reach a turning point. Both personal and business unions may be under scrutiny. You'll realize which ones need to go. Lucky numbers 2, 20, and 32. All right. Oh, and then here we have, okay, so the hybrid humans that, they're mating, and I'll just read they're curious about our anatomy and physiology, he says. We're like bugs to them. People don't want to be mocked, but the numbers are larger than you imagine, says Medici, adding the aliens are not all bad and they like showing off to people. All right. Well, if you're interested. And all new puzzles. This for people who like to do puzzles. They can order a puzzle book. And then here we have almost the end. Okay, here we have red carpet looks. So, here she's Emily Bader. Sorry to shade my Lady Jane Star, but her double denim duo isn't the best color combo. Oh, they're giving critiques on the looks. So they're saying that that's kind of not such a good look. The blue jean top and bottom is just too matchy. They didn't say that exactly, but this next one, Jennifer Hudson, the busty daytime, this one here. I don't know how much you can see. Okay. The busty daytime diva shines bright in a sparkling floral column gown, Marchesa Notte. So they liked her look. Here, she's in this white thing. Anna Sophia Robb, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory gal, balances her sweet style with edgy accessories. Her shoes are kind of cool. Look, her shoes have like a little point. Is that blurry? Oh, I don't know how to make it not blurry. Do I put my hand here? Anyway, her shoes have like a point, like a widow's peak. Mm-hmm. Capricorn. Oh, okay. Capricorn. Mm-hmm. Is someone could be putting extra pressure on you that you really don't need right now. Stand your ground and don't allow anyone to run roughshod over you. Lucky numbers 3, 6, and 17. So those are your lucky numbers. All right, almost done. 2 people. You. Okay, the critiques. So they liked hers. They seem to like this young lady's look. The next one here, they say, Olivia Cook, the House of the Dragon Beauty, loses much of her fire in an underwhelming gray gown. So they're not too happy with her look. It looks kind of like a Morticia Addams in gray with red hair, kind of. I'll read the one in the middle now, this lady in red. Amanda Klutz, the talk chatterbox, is a red-hot knockout in a floor-length sequined number by L'Agence. Oh, yeah, I love long gowns with spaghetti straps. This next one, oh, here's Whoopi. Now, I haven't read it yet, but I think they're going to give her an F. She looks horrible. Whoopi Goldberg. Overall, The View's casual queen bee gets a failing grade for her gardening-inspired getup. Yeah, I think it's horrible. And then the next one, I think they're going to like this one. This kind of ombre color from yellow down. That's beautiful, I think. And then there's a lot of texture there's texture in the design, even though I believe it's... So, Nicole Ari Parker, and just like that, that's Lisa, is a bird brain for donning this kooky feathered dress and sandals. Oh, they don't like it. Yeah, the sandals look kind of kooky, actually. She got feathers on the sandals, but I actually like the dress from what I see. It's feathers, but it's feathered design. They're feathers in the design. It's not like the feathers are popping out of the dress. It's a flat surface, but it looks 3D. I think it's beautiful. See, you don't always have to agree. with the people. It's feathered background, and then there's the ombre on top of the feathers. But it's hard to see, but it looks like there's feathers sticking out, but it's not. I think it's a fascinating fabric. Anyway, you don't have to agree always. Save on your next issue if you want to get the National Enquirer. Then, we get the answers. We're dominoes, more puzzles. There's a lot of puzzles. So it's an entertaining magazine. This one, Celebrity Squeeze. Can you identify the celebrities whose faces we've squeezed and pulled into unrecognizable images above? Okay, I think that this is Khloe Kardashian because of the hairdo. And I think that this one is, I don't know who that is. Answers for these puzzles can be found on page 46. So then we have the Vanna wheel. Vanna wants to quit the Wheel of Fortune. You know, she's been there for 42 years. I don't believe that. I believe she's going to be there until Wheel of Fortune is no longer on the TV. And then here are the answers to all the puzzles in the book. Oh, let's see who those people were. Oh, America Ferrara. And this one was Michael Imperioli. America Ferrara and Michael Imperioli. And then, okay, and then we have here a body positive message. There's two women that are famous, Jordan Underwood, right, and Emma Zack, inset. And Jordan Underwood is the larger picture. Are fighting back against fat phobia and reclaiming safe spaces on sand and surf. You don't deserve to be subjected to ridicule if you want to go to the beach, no matter what you look like. So that's fine. It's a good article. Some would argue, well, that's only encouraging people to be fat, and no, it shouldn't be. I think it has become that lately, but it shouldn't be to encourage you to get fat, but if you happen to be fat, you shouldn't be ashamed. That's one thing. When I was overweight, I wouldn't buy clothes for myself because I'd say, oh, I'm never going to buy clothes for myself until I lose weight. So I was always depressed because I never had new clothes, and I should have said, I'll get new clothes. I'll get clothes. Why be mean to yourself just because you don't like yourself because you're overweight? Let me get some water, and then I'm going to end the call. One more. I need some water. Any water? It's hot. I'm going to put the air. Oh, no wonder you put the air off. I'm almost done. Anyway, and then the back is the Drood. So that's the Enquirer for July. I may get one in August. If you guys enjoyed this, I could do it again in August. Let me know. I really enjoy you flipping through and your commentary. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do the Enquirer. I got to stay calm on the article. On some of the articles made me angry. Even the Enquirer. You're not supposed to get angry at the Enquirer. So for me to get angry at the Enquirer means I'm wound up a little too tight. But so yeah, I'm going to end it now. But I'll do it. I'll get next month's because I want to follow up on Amal and George Clooney. I'm spilling all over myself, but oh, that's better. All right. So bye, everyone. So you enjoyed this? Okay. If you're one of my followers, Mr. Har, I think I recognize you from you don't comment very often, but I think I have seen your name before, maybe not. So thank you guys for reading through with me. And I kind of stuck to the topic because there were so many topics to stick to. So maybe this is a good way to channel my rambling and my ADHD a little bit. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Uh-oh. There we go. Bye-bye.